There is a violence in speaking too soon. A quiet kind of murder that happens not with weapons, but with words. You kill the dream before it ever takes its first breath. You announce it to the world, and in that moment, in that desperate reach for validation, you trade the future for applause that means nothing. Have you ever noticed how people love to announce everything? I'm starting a business. I'm going to write a book. This is my year. And then, silence. Not the powerful kind of silence. The embarrassing kind. The kind that follows broken promises. 2 weeks later, the business is an idea on a napkin. The book is a blank document with a title. And their year looks exactly like last year. It's like watching someone hold up a trophy they haven't won yet. Celebrating a victory that exists only in their imagination. Let me tell you about a boy I once knew. 14 years old. Living in a house where the walls were thin and hope was thinner. Every night, after his family slept, he would sit under a single dim bulb and sketch. Buildings that didn't exist. Cities that lived only in his mind. Bridges that connected nothing to nowhere. His father would ask, "What are you doing with your life?" He said nothing. His friends would laugh. "Still drawing your little pictures." He said nothing. His teachers would say, "Be realistic. Choose something practical." He said nothing. Years passed in that silence. 5 years of dim lights and paper and pencils worn down to stops. 5 years of people thinking he had no ambition. 5 years of whispers, "That boy is wasting his life." And then one day, his design was chosen. Chosen for a building that would pierce the clouds. A structure that would stand for generations. The same people who mocked him stood in its shadow, necks bent back, mouths open. When did this happen? They asked. It happened in the silence. It happened in the nights no one saw. It happened because he understood something most people never learn. The world doesn't need to know your building. It only needs to see what you built. Here's what nobody tells you about announcing your goals. There's a psychological trap. A beautiful, seductive trap. When you tell someone, "I'm going to do this thing," when you announce your big plan, your brain releases dopamine. The same chemical it releases when you actually achieve the goal. You feel accomplished without accomplishing anything. You feel successful without success. You feel like a winner without winning. It's a trick. A cruel joke your own mind plays on you. Scientists call it social reality. Your brain thinks, "Cool. I told 20 people about my project. Mission accomplished." Meanwhile, your project is still on your couch, unstarted, probably napping. You've eaten a picture of food and wondered why you're still starving. The announcement becomes a replacement for the work. And slowly, quietly, without you even noticing, the dream dies from attention. It dies from too many opinions. Too many questions. Too many people saying, "Are you sure? That sounds risky. Someone already tried that." There was a woman. A mother of 3. Working 2 jobs. Sleeping for hours a night. Her hands were always busy, dishes, laundry, homework, bills. Her eyes were always tired. But no one knew she was writing. Not her husband. Not her children. Not her closest friend. In the margins of her life, on lunch breaks, in parking lots, in those strange hours between midnight and dawn, she was building a world. A world that existed only in her notebook. Characters that lived only in her mind. Stories that no one had permission to see. 5 years. 5 years of silence. 5 years of people asking, "What do you do for fun?" And her answering, "Oh, nothing much." 5 years of hiding her dream like a secret too precious to share. And then one day, her book appeared. Not with announcements or countdowns or hype. It just appeared. In bookstores across 20 countries. Strangers cried reading her words. Lives changed because of sentences she wrote while the world slept. When journalists asked her, "Why didn't you tell anyone?" She smiled, the kind of smile that holds an entire universe, and said something that still echoes. Because talking about it would have made it about them. I needed it to be about the work. Listen carefully to this part. This is where most people lose. When you share your goals with everyone, something dangerous happens. You invite everyone's opinions. One person says, "That's too risky." Another says, "Someone already tried that and failed." Another asks, "Are you sure you can do it?" Suddenly, you're not working on your dream anymore. You're busy explaining, defending, justifying, managing other people's expectations instead of building your own reality. And the more you explain, the less energy you have left to actually do it. You become a performer instead of a builder, an actor instead of an architect. You start measuring your progress by how impressed people are, not by how much you've actually accomplished. This is the trap. This is how dreams die with their eyes open. Not from failure. Not from lack of talent. But from too much talking and not enough doing. Think about the students you knew growing up. There was always one type. The loud one. "I'm going to top the class this year. Just watch. I'm going to crush these exams. Everyone's going to see what I'm capable of." They talked so much about studying that they forgot to actually study. And then there was the other type. The quiet one. The one who never bragged. Never made predictions. Never posted their study schedule or their goals or their plans. They just showed up. Day after day after day. 4 a.m., while everyone else was sleeping. Library closing time, while everyone else was posting. And when results came, everyone was shocked. The loud one. Average. Sometimes below. The quiet one. Top of the class. When did this happen? Everyone asks. It happened in the silence. It happened in the hours no one counted. It happened because silence protected their plan from the noise of the world. Silence isn't weakness. Let me say that again because the world has lied to you. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. It's the space between what you are and what you're becoming. It's the gap where transformation happens. Think of a seed buried in soil. No one sees it. No one applauds it. No one even knows it exists. But in that darkness, in that hidden place, something miraculous is happening. Roots are spreading deep into the earth. Strength is building in invisible ways. Life is preparing to break through. If you dug it up every day to show people your progress, what would happen? It would die. The seed needs the darkness. Your dream needs the silence. It needs protection from curious eyes and doubting voices and well-meaning advice that destroys more dreams than failure ever could. A farmer doesn't stand in his field shouting, "Look at my seeds. Look what I planted." He doesn't dig them up every morning to check if they're growing. He doesn't invite the whole village to watch and comment and give opinions. He plants in silence. Waters in silence. Waits in patience. And when harvest comes, when the field is full of crops, when the proof is undeniable, that's when he speaks. Not with words. With results. With abundance that can't be argued with. With success that can't be denied. This is the way. This is how real things are built. Not with announcements and countdowns and progress updates. But with quiet, consistent, relentless work that no one sees until it's too late to doubt. Here's what I need you to understand. The world is designed to steal your focus. Everyone wants a piece of your attention, your energy, your fire. Social media says, post every update. Your friends say, tell us what you're working on. Your family says, explain your plan. And when you announce your dream, you hand them the keys. You give them access to something sacred. Suddenly, you're not working for yourself anymore. You're performing for an audience that doesn't care if you fail. You're managing expectations instead of building reality. You're defending your vision instead of executing it. Are you sure about this? That sounds hard. What if it doesn't work? You know, my cousin tried something similar and these questions don't come from love. They come from fear. Their fear, not yours. And if you're not careful, you start carrying their fear like it's your own. You start doubting not because the plan is wrong, but because they couldn't imagine themselves doing it. Silence protects you from this. Silence keeps your energy where it belongs. In the work. In the progress. In the becoming. So when do you speak? When do you share? When do you let the word in? Simple. When the work is done. When the proof is undeniable. When success is no longer a promise but a presence. You don't fight doubters with arguments. You fight them with results. You don't prove people wrong by shouting louder. You prove them wrong by winning. Think about the greatest achievements you've witnessed. Did they come with warnings? With countdowns? With daily updates? No. They appeared like lightning. Sudden. Undeniable. Impossible to ignore. One day there was nothing. The next day, everything changed. That's the power of surprise. That's the impact of silence. Success without warning shakes the world louder than 1,000 speeches. I'm going to leave you with this. There are two types of people in this world. Those who talk about what they are going to do. And those who do it. The talkers are everywhere. On every platform, at every gathering, in every conversation. I'm going to. One day I'll. Just wait and see. They are still waiting. Still planning. Still talking. But the doers. You don't hear from them. They are too busy building to announce. Too focused to perform. Too committed to the work to waste energy on the show. And then one day, they emerge. Not with words, but with undeniable proof. With results that silence every critic. With success that needs no explanation. So I'm asking you right now. Which one are you? Are you going to be the person who talks about their dreams at parties? Or the person whose success becomes the story people tell at parties? The world is waiting. Not for your announcements. Not for your promises. Not for your plans. The world is waiting for your results. So stop talking. Start building. Work in silence. Protect your dream like it's the last flame in a dying world. Guard your focus like it's the only currency that matters. And when you finally succeed, when your work is complete, when your vision is real, when your dream becomes undeniable, you won't need to say a word. Your life will speak for itself. Let them wonder what you're doing. Let them doubt if you're serious. Let them question if you have what it takes. And then show them. Not with words. With work. With results. With success that makes so much noise, they'll never forget the sound. This is Clocktron Mindset TV. Work in silence. Let success make the noise. Now go build something the world isn't ready for.